Thank you so much, all of you, for coming today for our July 2024 Women's Holistic Circle. We started last year, September. So it's so nice. Every month, with the grace of the Divine Mother, we are able to come back again. I'm so grateful to have you all here today. So most of you know, I'm a women's holistic coach and children's well-being and digital technology educator, and I'm really enjoying the space of just being there for women and children and together. It's not like I'm 100 out of 100 and I'm coaching. It's not like that. Together we're growing and inspiring. It's such a lovely journey that we take together. So thank you for that opportunity. In this 1 hour, yes, so we get to connect, inspire, learn, grow, and it's from the divine sisters from all over the world. So thank you for coming today. So today we'll go. So with the Rainbow Holistic Foundation, it's always about all the different layers. How can we bring them together? So we'll go through that in our session itself. Like physically, we're going to do a small activity. Emotionally, mentally, we'll do an activity. And then once those layers are sort of nice and opened up, then intellectually, we will learn about a very important topic about how to take simple steps to have a very smart and efficient home budget. And I'll introduce our guest speaker at that time. And everything is connected with that spiritual bliss. So everything we do is with joy. So again, thank you for coming, because when you come, I am trying to make use of that entry fee for some special place in this world. So yeah, we've covered so many different women and children organizations in New Zealand or in a global or in India. So every time you come, it's a present for another divine being. Um, Everything is energy. So definitely your pure intentions are reaching someone else somewhere in the world. So thank you for that. So today for July, I usually like to also ask my guest speaker whether they have any special organization in their heart. And Prachi mentioned about an organization in Pune, and I went through their website, and quite nice. In Pune, they're a women and children organization that are doing various activities, and one special one that caught me is they're doing for special children, teaching them arts and craft, which is quite nice. Art and craft is a subject I really love. So I'm very happy that we are able to give to this organization, and with and they continue with their beautiful service in Pune. So thank you, Prachi, for recommending them today.
Most welcome.
Yeah. So, yeah, our topic is all about abundance, wealth. So, when we look at all our layers, and we always start with Mother Nature. Thank you for the beautiful photos that you sent, all of you. So, yeah, look out the window and you're going to see abundant in everything, in the roses, in the flowers, in the trees, um, mountains. There's never lack of scarcity or anything. So such is the earth we live in. So let's just take a moment to appreciate this Mother Nature. Um, Let us feel very grateful for her, that we are there, that she's there for us, and as a result, we can also whenever we need inspiration, we just open the window and we're going to find a lot of inspiration. So, um, taking that moment to really appreciate Mother Nature and also share that with the younger generation. And let's do our best to look after her in whatever way it is possible at home. Yes. We'll start with the physical well-being. So we all know the famous quote, "Health is wealth." So yeah, it's in your hands how you look after your most precious wealth, which is yeah, health. So we'll do a 5 minutes breath work. It's quite simple, so just follow along, and it's our favorite yoga with Adrian. I hope you found a lot of joy in doing a simple breathing. Again, this circle is about wealth and abundance. So this breath is there with us. It's invisible wealth. We're carrying with us always, and it's going to stay with us till the end. So please try to do conscious, like the keywords Adrian used: conscious, attention, awareness, all these words. So let's try to do conscious breathing in the morning, during the day, and just before sleeping. So this whole upcoming days, keep practicing this simple conscious breath. So it's a um, very simple thing that we can take care of. So next, after physical, is about our emotional and mental. So I'm going to now share um, some positive affirmations that I would love for you to listen on money. Each one of us have our belief systems, different belief systems on money. So let's listen to these uplifting words. And again, positive affirmation is another invisible tool. It's with us. We don't need to go buy it from anywhere, nothing. It's already given to us by the divine grace. So just let's make use of it. Anyhow, we have to think something about money and everything, right? So why not just think the positive ways on it? Good. Um, okay, so we'll continue. So these positive affirmations, yes, please again, let's make it a habit every day, few minutes. It's a reset for our mindset, and maybe one day you can do about health, one day you can do about like this money, one day you can do about family relationships. Just a few positive words you can take in, and that helps you to clean your mind, and then the thoughts that come out of it. Once you've got the input, you need an input, and then when you speak out, when you do action, everything will be in a more uplifting way. So now I'm going to move on to the next part. I'll just share. So physically, emotionally, mentally, I hope we are feeling uh, uplifted and good. Invite our guest speaker, Prachi. So Prachi is a finance. Actually, she's a chartered accountant by profession, and she's also a fashion designer. So we might have another topic on fashion one day, because that's a nice topic to talk about. And she's an account and finance coach, where she's coaching both entrepreneurs and non-entrepreneurs in their coaching, in their finance journey. So uh, I'll share her. She's got beautiful pages, Insta and on Facebook. So I'll share her link for later when you want to connect with her and talk to her more. So yes, Prachi, we look forward to being empowered by you in the financial well-being. Please guide us.
Yes, absolutely. So, first of all, I would like to thank Raji for giving me this opportunity to share my insights, whatever little insights I have from my experience and my domain knowledge with all of you wonderful ladies. So, thank you so much, and thank you to all of you for being here. I have been a chartered accountant for the past 20 years now after qualification. So, I was into practice for almost 14 years into varied fields. I also worked with an IT company, and then I started a fashion brand, fashion business, where it's been running for the past 6 years now. I have my own e-commerce website, and all the experience that I gathered from that fashion business, I'm now trying to give those learnings to entrepreneurs who don't have a fashion. I'd like to share that learnings to with all the entrepreneurs where they don't have any finance background, or even if they have a finance background, I coach them on how to keep the records and what all, how can they make sense of their accounts and then take business decisions. And I also coach non-entrepreneurs who have no finance background and wish to understand a little bit, at least the basics of finance, uh, who would like to know about their own investments, how they work, and all of that. So we have a specific agenda here, which is household income and budget management. So let me directly jump into that topic. So, frankly, tell me, how many of you ladies here actually do a home budget? Glad that you all make it. Uh, Most of us happen to spend without much thinking about it, especially when it comes to a household, managing a household. So how exactly will you understand where are you spending much and when are you not spending much, and what are the benefits that you're getting by the spending or by not spending so much? Okay, so see, basically what happens in a household is we normally tend to figure out that, I'll first like to tell you what a household income means. Okay, the household income means what the people in the family earn together for the family. So let's say you're a nuclear family today, just the husband, wife, and the kids. With the modern culture that we have been brought up, we have been told that you have to be financially independent as a woman. You should not be in a position where you have to ask money from your husband and all of that. But that is all crap. When you are together as a family, as a nuclear family, or as a joint family, all your finances have to be managed together, because it's only when you together manage stuff you are always better at it. Teamwork is always much better than individual work. So on a lighter note, it should be that husband's money is my money and my money is also my money. so so jokes apart, so basically household income means what you earn if you're earning, and what your husband earn if he is earning. So all of this together makes a household income. This household income is majorly spent broad categories into two things. One is investments and one is spending. One is the actual spending. The actual spending can be in various categories. Let's say that's home. For that it will come home loan EMIs, or if you're staying on rent, the rentals that we pay. Home improvement expenses, like you did a small maybe renovation here and there, which is not a big item. Then maids. So those who are in India, I'm sure they know the importance of maids and spending on maids. So yes, maids is one of the major expenses here. Next is groceries and snacks. That's the major head of a household expenditure, groceries and snacks. Then comes clothing and accessories for all the people who are there in the house. So basically home, the three basic needs: home, clothing, so basically shelter, food and clothing. These are the three basic needs that we can bifurcate further into the spending part of it. And of course entertainment is there. Entertainment will What will come under entertainment? The movies, the spends that you do on movies, the spends that you do on short term vacations. Long vacations, of course it needs a bit of a planning, because there's a larger amount that goes into big vacations that you spend. And of course hoteling, so eating outside is also a part of entertainment, because it gives you relaxation. It gives you a good family time together, where you don't have to do the dishes after the dinner, after the lunch and all of that. So it's kind of entertainment only for us, where it relaxes us. So all of this will come under the spends. And investments, under investments what will come is your short term and long term financial goals. So currently we are not talking about investments here in this session. We will start talking about the household expenditure. So, we will try to understand what leakages come into while spending for a household. So, what do you mean? What do I mean here by leakages, financial leakages? So, poor management of your household expenditure, which leads to wastage of stuff, wastage of food, maybe wastage of clothing. So, clothing wastage will be where your clothes are lying there in the cupboards for a year and you haven't used them. That's kind of wasted. So all of this wastage finally leads to wastage of money, which is leakages, which I call them. So how do you identify these leakages in your household? So let's get down into three, four broad categories where I try to explain you how these leakages are formed. So, tell me, so how many of you have a habit of, let's come to groceries first, okay? Groceries and snacks. So, how many of you are into a habit of, stocking up items in your house? Groceries is still fine, I would say, and snacks is probably not fine, is which I would say. So, stocking up is, so you majorly
After
stock.
after COVID, it's become a habit.
It's become a habit. Yes. COVID, yes. COVID, see, stocking up in COVID was a necessity. It was a need, right? But we haven't come out of that need yet to understand that it's now not a need. It's just a want. It's just a fear, right? So stocking up happens for various reasons. I would like to list down three or four major reasons of stocking up here. One, you have come across extremely good deals and discounts, like buy one get one free, and then you end up, Arey, yes, this is a very good deal and discount. You have a buy two get one free, you have buy this get that free. So you tend to fall for these discounts, and then you tend up buying a lot and stocking up. In this case, it might also happen that you buy stuff in spite of the fact you don't really need them. It's just that you want them because there's a deal going on. So here I would like to bring your attention to the awareness part of it, to understand what is your need and what is your want. If it's a need, yes, please go ahead and understand the differentiation between a need and a want. And if it's a want, try to figure out, is this really important to buy at this point of time? Do you need it? Are you going to consume it, really consuming it? So I'll give an example here in India. Okay, in India you have this Amul packets of ice cream which always have buy one get one free on them. Okay, so let's say there are two vanilla packs on the over the counter and there's an offer buy one get one. So one packet MRP, maximum retail price on one packet is written, for example, 200. So for a buy one get one, I get two packets for 200 rupees, right? So I buy them. Then I stock them out in my freezer. I finish one packet within the family in 1 month, let's say 15, 20 days. And then the next month, grocery trip, the time for grocery trip to the markets come in. And I find another offer on another flavor. Again, buy one get one. So I let's say I stock a butterscotch. Okay, I stock a butterscotch, again two packets for 200 rupees. So now I in the freezer I already have one packet from the last month which is not over, and now just because I have an offer I'm taking a different flavor, and now I have three packets in my freezer to be finished. And then another next month, again the next one, the same thing will happen. So you keep stocking up stuff, you know, where you don't finish the earlier stuff, but you just tend to keep on buying because you have offers and you fall for it. What happens in this case is now you have so many ice cream packets in your freezer that you are in a compulsive mode to finish it, either because they are nearing the expiry date or just because you have it in your freezer. It tends to two bad things. One is unhealthy eating habits, because you just need to finish what you need to finish because it's now going to expire and it might go waste. And second is you are loading your poor little stomach with stuff which you don't really need at that point of time. And then eventually, if that doesn't get finished, it goes waste. And then the money also goes waste. So figure out for yourself that, have I finished the earlier stuff in my cupboards, in my grocery lists? If I have, yes, you go and buy the ice creams. That's absolutely fine. But if you haven't, the offer is see, there are going to be offers every now and then, different kind of offers, because that's a marketing technique all the companies have, right? So you need to understand whether you need that right now. Okay, so this is one thing where you shouldn't ideally fall for these buy one get one and stuff offers. Instead, what I would suggest is look for cashback offers. See, cashback offers will help you in two things. One, you spend and then you get a cashback which again gets added back to your wallets, for example. And then you can again spend from your wallets. So instead of buy one get one and stuffing your cupboards and freezers with all of that stuff that you got, you look for cashbacks. Look for spending through your debit cards or credit cards where you get cashback points, or where you get for example, I'll give you my own examples. What I've started recently doing is I have an ICICI and Amazon have a tie-up. So I have an Amazon Pay ICICI credit card, where if I spend on the credit card I get Amazon Pay balance points. Okay, and I quite frequently buy on Amazon. I have a son who is 11 year old, so you know, his toys, his clothing, then a lot of home improvement stuff I buy on Amazon. So then it helps me. But yes, while spending on credit cards, you also have to be aware that you don't overdo and overspend your limits. So you need to understand, let's say your home budget is 20,000 for a month. Okay, so spend that 20,000 on the credit card. Get, let's say for 20,000 you get 1% Amazon Pay points, for example. I'm saying about my example. Similarly for cashbacks for credit cards and debit cards. So 1,000 rupees is in Amazon Pay balance I get for the next month. So next month, instead of spending 20,000, I end up spending only 19,000, because 1,000 is already what I have got, right? So smartly, see, this will build up over a time. Today suddenly you spend 50,000 and then you get accumulate points and then start. Don't do that. Don't overspend. Look how much you want and spend only that much. So instead of buy one get ones or buy two get three, okay, these kind of offers, look for cashback offers. See, if you are attached to a specific grocery store, for example, I don't know about New Zealand. In India, you know, the when if I walk down, I have a grocery store just right next to my building. So I go there at times and buy stuff. So at times it also happens. You also have to build awareness in terms of where you are getting good deals. So let's say on Amazon I have an MRP showing 500, which is giving me only 450. But let's say the vendor near my house is giving me another 20-30 rupees discount. See, every penny counts. However rich you are, every penny counts, because money is pure energy. It doesn't see that, 1 rupee saved by a rich person and 1 rupee saved by a poor person. It's finally just 1 rupee. Yes, that 1 rupee is important for the poor person more than the rich person, but that 1 rupee is finally the energy of 1 rupee only. Okay, so don't worry, even if you're saving 10, 20, 30 rupees, that will add up. That little bit of savings every time will add up to huge amounts. So don't fall for these tricky gimmicks of buy one get one and stuff like that. Look for cashbacks instead. Secondly, normally why you stock up is you fear, out of fear, some people will suddenly come up in your house, and then how will you have stuff to serve them and all of that. So you see, in earlier times I understand. So I'm 42. In earlier times means like the 80s and the 90s for me. That's the earlier times for me. And in those days, there were no telephone. So people used to come out of station, they used to stay, and everybody was really welcome. But in these modern times, we have so many platforms to communicate. There is no really surprise guests coming as such. It might happen once in a blue moon, but normally everywhere, all the parties, all the guests are normally planned and they come. So you can plan your groceries and your household items accordingly. You don't need to stuff them just because you feel that someday someone will pop in and then I won't have stuff in my house. Okay, so take care of that. And see, even if once in a blue moon, if someone comes in, pops up, I'm sure even if you do the simplest of items for the dinner or lunch, but with lots of love, I'm sure that would be more appreciated than a huge full-fledged buffet that you might would want to have, because see, finally you need to treat your house like a home. It's not a hotel or a departmental store where you stock items like a departmental store and make it available for your family members whenever they need. Like there are 10 different packets of biscuits, variety of biscuits, then there are chips stocked up, then there are snacks stocked up, there are these chart items stocked up. So don't do that. Let's say you stock up biscuits this week, you stock up toast for next week maybe. So you will also have a variety for different weeks, and you can plan your groceries accordingly. So this fear of somebody coming and you won't having anything on your kitchen is just a fear. It's not real, and I'm sure all of us are capable enough to manage whatever 4 5 gets come at the last minute once in a blue moon. So leave away that fear and don't stock up stuff just because you're afraid. The third point I'd like to take up is this. I always had this syndrome of, you might need it someday. कभी तो लगेगा, कभी तो मैं इसका यूज करूंगी. I just buy it just because I have an offer right now. You need to let go this off, because see what happened in my cases earlier. I'm a fan of handlooms and handicrafts. Okay, so before even my business started, when I was in 11th standard and I started moving around on my own, I used to see a lot of exhibitions that used to be arranged by various handloom and handicraft organizations, weaver organizations. And I used to stock up so much of clothing. My God, like I had stacks of maybe dupattas and dress materials which were not stitched for the past 2 years, 3 years. Like, yeah, I have liked it right now. I will buy it anyways. I'll stitch it someday. Someday I will stitch it. Someday I will make use of it. So don't do that, because that is stuck energy. That is completely stuck energy. That is money stuck, which is not being made use of. So and this especially applies to the upholstery and clothing and accessories part of it. I'll not say this applies to groceries or snacks, but yes, this does apply more to clothing and accessories, because it happens, you have in India there is a different level of fan following for saris. Okay, so saris, it happens that I love this sari, I'll buy it, but then for a practical purpose, saris are not used that much in the daily routine of yours, what you're following, unless you really have a love for them and you have office where you can really wear saris. So be aware that what you're buying, make use of it immediately. If you're not going to buy it, just let it be with the vendor. Don't buy it for yourself. I'm sure you'll get something other, something nice at a future, at a later point of time. But don't buy and keep it stacked forever in your cupboards. even for that matter, upholstery, bed sheets, for example. You have so many sets of bed sheets. I myself have a very beautiful set of bed sheets, which I normally think that I'll put it up in Diwali when people will come and all. But it comes out once in Diwali and then it goes back in my bed cupboard, because then it's so fancy that you cannot use it for daily wear. So while buying such stuff, at least see that you make it use of it every year, at least where you have this yearly occasions or any. See, Diwali is not the only occasion, right? You have so many occasions, so many festivities, so many get-togethers coming up. So make an effort that you pull it out, you put it on your beds and sofas, and make use of it. So basically, what I'm trying to tell you here is, one way to get out of this is do a 6 monthly audit for your cupboards, for example, and whatever has not been used for the past 1 year, pull it out. And I'm sure it will not be used for the next 1 year also. So just pull it out and give it away to someone who needs it with ease and love and grace. And then you will see you make space for yourself for new stuff and the joy that you feel in giving away. Last Diwali, I started doing this and I gave away so many of my good saris. These were like fancy golden border booty saris, which were hardly being used except in, fancy functions and all of that. So I really gave them away to the same organization where Raji is going to give the collection of today's needs. So there's this organization who works with a lot of women organizations and also children orphanages. So they gave all of this lovely, beautiful saris and blouses to these ladies in the Mahila ashrams that are there. And she sent me snaps of them wearing those saris. And I cannot tell you, I was feeling so happy. I was feeling so happy. The saris were lying in my cupboards for like 1 or 2 years, not being used. I just put वो पत्थर रखते ना दिल पे types. I just made that decision and gave it away. And trust me, you just feel so good. So do the 6 monthly audit for yourself for different areas of your household. So you can also do it for your books for that matter. So let's say my son and my husband are superbly fond of books, and my book rack is now so full that I don't have any. And they are not fond of joining a library and getting books. They are fond of buying books. So what I have told them is, you either give away the old ones that you have to another library, or you start a library on your own, so that your books will keep moving and you will have space for buying new. So you always have to do a 6 monthly audit of your book racks, of your wardrobes, of your home improvement items, of your upholstery. See what is not being used for the past 1 year and just give it away, so that you make space for yourself for new stuff. So, following these small items, small tricks and tips of managing your household as such, you should start noticing how much you save. And but how will you understand? You need to have data, right? Let's say today you're not having any of this data of how much you're buying, how much you're wasting, how much is going out of the expiry date, and then you need to throw it away. So start from where you are. It's okay if you've not done it in the past. It's absolutely fine. You have to start somewhere. Just start keeping a small diary, start keeping a small note of, you also at times it happens, for home cleaning items for that matter. I have a full bottle of phenyl in my house, but just because I went to the grocery and then I'm not going to go for the next 1 month, I buy another 4 bottles and keep it. So that's not right, because then it also consumes space where you don't have that space. You have a limitation, right? So do all of these, take the small steps, write down what is getting over. So there's a minimum. So in commerce, there's a concept of minimum order quantity, okay, that minimum level. So once you reach that level, you order the next lot. So do that simple steps for even your groceries and your snack items, your clothing and accessories, of all of that you spend. So all small things that you spend on in your house, start keeping that data, analyze it for 1 month, where you have spent, why have you spent, was it a need or was it just a want, and how much have you wasted out of that, and how can you manage the next month better. Make those changes so beautifully and so efficiently that you yourself will feel proud of yourself. And you will also see a lot of spaces being decluttered in your house, because then you don't tend up to stock up things, and it makes a lot of free energy that flows very easily. Data is very important, because unless you keep this data, you will not understand what's happening in your household expenditure front. Okay, so guys, no, ladies. So ladies, here, take charge of your household spends, and in turn, it will save you every penny. And see, Benjamin Franklin has said, a penny saved is a penny earned. So just go with that, and make your every rupee of your spend count. Okay, okay, ladies. So I think that's it from my side. I hope this session was helpful, and I would like to know your comments. Do follow me on Insta. My handle is Probiz Finance with a CA Prachi. I would love to hear from you in the next 15-20 days. What have you started doing on this front? How are you finding it? If you need any help with it, so I would love to communicate and connect with each one of you.
Okay, thank
Yes,
you.
Raj.
Thank you, thank you. So please, again, once again, if you're starting anything like a new business, it could be a new, or you just want to talk about your home finance, then please reach out to Prachi. She's an expert in that domain, so definitely I'll share her links. Please make use of it and have that conversation about anything, your financial goals, or how do you set even financial goals and all that. So we're very lucky to have a beautiful coach with us. So please make use of her. Uh,
Thank you.
yeah. And then if you'd like to talk about your different layers of your life, anyone would love to talk about it, please reach out. And I'm here to support you. Or if you have younger daughters who are going, so I've started to focus on teenagers also. Um, where they go through a lot of emotions. So, yeah, different layers of the woman's life. If you would love to have discussion on that, please reach out. And we cover different layers, like the physical layer. We talk about your health, your meals. We talk about your energy, your where your energy is being spent and how it's being spent, or how it's being uplifting your energy. We talk of creating good routines and harmony in relationships, and ways to learn, earn, and serve the world. And we also talk about the most important, spiritual bliss. It doesn't necessarily have to be religion based, but a connection to the higher energy. We talk about that in our coaching personalized sessions. And I provide for children well-being as well as digital technology, being a software developer, so helping them with coding. It's about that logical thinking also. And my mom is also very interested to teach, if any Tamil speaking parents are here, for their children, to teach them Tamil in a very nice, fun. She's very fun and a very playful way. So if anyone wants to learn Tamil, their children, then they can be in touch too. So I thank you, and I look forward to seeing you all again for our next circle. And so what will happen now is, in our the circle group on WhatsApp, because we've learned. I don't want us all to forget. So for the next 5 days, we'll have small action items we'll take based on what Prachi has told us, and just try to. It may be some reflection, or it's mostly like analysis. So let's just read that post that I'll share in the circle group, a small action for you to take, and then try to think, okay, what can I do? Few minutes on this analysis. What can I do? And then just take small steps so it becomes a habit, and you're putting more energy into this financial well-being. And I look forward, I'm sure Prachi will also look forward to seeing whatever you've analyzed and you want to share back in the circle group.
Definitely. I would love feedbacks. I love to see the actions that you guys are taking. And do get in touch with me if you need any more help.
Thank you. Yeah. So we'll end with the peace prayer, that may all beings be peaceful and happy. There is three peace. One piece is for you, one piece is for your family, your friends, and then one piece is for the world. When all the three P's come together, then life is really beautiful. So thank you, and I see you all again. So take care.